Episode 120. We're live. Where's my coffee?
Oh, right here.
Oh, thank you.
Sir?
Did you already hit the button?
I hit the button.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. No, man, it's fucking cold out there. Let's get this done. Before it gets below the zero.
Yes, it's a cold day out here today.
It is very cold.
My dog wanted to go outside, and I looked at her and said, no.
The dog's a husky. Of course she wants to go outside. She probably wants to sleep outside.
She does. She'll just go lay in the snow and watch it snow pile up on her, and she looks like she's in just peaceful.
Well, yeah, they're kind of made for that.
That makes no sense, but congratulations. I cannot do that. Sorry, girl.
I've seen some guys on like YouTube who have huskies, and they're like, "Stop accusing me of dog abuse. The door is open. This thing is unlocked. There's food in here, and the dog is out there under 3 feet of snow."
That's what the dog was doing, man. There's great photos of it.
Yeah, just chilling, lay on her back, and just be like, "That's fine."
Now they left. This idiot doesn't have problems with the snow, but
She does not have fur.
No. And I actually brush it out of her, so I can't let it build up in some kind of like furry carapace.
I get furry carapaces.
You're the only person that's like, stop petting my dog, because
the hair that comes out of it, you can only pet her on the head, because otherwise your fingers become like mini gloves.
Well, and she loves having her belly rubbed, and
The belly's fine. The belly doesn't lose a lot, but when you just like scritch down the back,
oh yeah,
then your hands are just fur balls.
Well, I get, and the funny thing is to you, and I know where that's coming from, is like, stop judging me and stop thinking I don't brush the dog. I brush this dog. I know you do.
Never stops. So
yeah.
Well, that would be a few months. It'll stop.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
It was like July, August, September.
What, when she sheds?
When she stops.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And the hair just is normal. And then it completely changes when she gets ready for winter.
And you got hardwood floors, too, don't you?
So it just looks it's everywhere.
It looks like you never, ever clean your house. Yeah. So
I hate hardwood floors.
I like them. But I don't have any dogs. I have a cat.
Don't cats shed?
I got one that she'll shed a few chicken feathers every now and then. So, but they're pretty easy to pick up. It's just that she gets fatter. There's more of them. So,
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird with like hardwood floors. The trend is on all like 60 like home renovation shows I do.
It's all hardwood floors.
They can't get enough.
Everybody loves hardwood.
Always hardwood floors.
Well, just because you can put a rug over it if you don't like it.
Well, it's fine.
It's just easier to sell. So, because it's like, I'm hypoallergenic. It's like, we have hardwood floors. You're in luck. So,
and I guess you can polish it pretty easily. Like, you can just do it and then be done. But
I've got a Roomba. It's great. It just goes around and slurps up them little chicken feathers. So, yeah.
My Roomba would be choking on chicken feathers.
Put it to the test, man. So you got to earn your keep around here, bud.
If you don't work, you don't eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's always hardwood floors. It's always some kind of they always want to do something fucking cute with the backsplash around the sink.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, you need some backsplash in here.
No, I don't like backsplash.
You don't like backsplash?
I do not. And I do not like granite countertops either.
Really?
They don't do granite countertops.
No, they don't do those anymore?
No,
That's
because
out of style?
No, it's not that it's out of style. It's super expensive, right? So they have this
composite kind of.
Yes, they use that composite all the time, and they say, "Look at the veining." It looks just like it. I'm like,
fake.
It is fake. Yeah, it's super fake. But yeah, I mean, I can't tell from here.
No, yeah, that's true.
Through like a 1080p test video with like numbers on it, like I can't tell. It's like, you're a fraud.
Yeah.
You guys disgust me.
Yeah, I don't know. My mother-in-law was always huge on granite, and she spent thousands of dollars to get the right kind of like rubies in them or whatever.
Yeah.
at one point in time. And it was just like, this, I mean, you can't tell if you spilled spaghetti sauce on it, you know? That kind of thing. No, I like very clean, almost like veterinarian grade.
I agree. Yes.
Countertops.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Clinical.
Clinical.
There's a part of me that actually wants to do black and white checkerboard tiles in my kitchen.
Oh, yeah, just for diner appeal. Well, you got all the tin signs.
Yes, I agree. That's part of the aesthetic of my
Just do subway tile. Yeah.
The other thing is the tide has now turned. So a while there, they were big on kitchen peninsulas, and they are now returning to islands.
Yeah. I have a peninsula. I'd rather have an island now. So,
evidently, peninsulas were super popular there for a minute.
Did you
Everybody
have
got
the
them.
choice?
no. Yeah, I
yours
just bought
came-
the house
that's
that
what
way, yeah.
I didn't think you've redone your kitchen.
No.
He did his floors.
Huh?
He did his floors.
My brother and I did those for $300. So,
Well, didn't your dad help?
no, he had bad knees. So,
What did he help you with where the tiles got all fucked up?
where the tiles got fucked?
Not the tile, like... What project were you guys working on where your dad was getting to the point of, like, good enough? And so there are, like, gaps and they're not as...
Oh, that's some shit at his house.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
That's something you helped him with then, right?
I think it was drywall in his garage.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's like, it's good enough. We can just mud that up. So, and then he put like all his pegboards over it. So
okay.
all his tools and shit. So you don't even know it's there. But yeah, he's like, that's good enough, because we cut it like maybe 1/8 of an inch too, and so it's got this big old like
Gosh,
gap that you can stick your pinky in.
You measure twice before you cut.
He did.
Oh.
Apparently. So I don't know. But yeah, it's just not a.
You are schmutzed, man.
I am schmutzed.
Yeah.
Oh, my glasses. Oh yeah.
I can see it just...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a thumbprint or not or something,
No,
but it's just...
That's from my caterpillar eyebrows.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting there from time to time.
It's just...
Lock the place up.
I don't like that because every now and then I just totally forget, and you're just looking through it, through the smear, through part of the day, and you're just like, I'm getting older, but that's not it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I would say that to my students. I can't see. Yeah. Just stop knowledge,
I need to go to the eye doctor, man. I
You
think
need to go to the eye doctor for like 8 years.
No, I went like a year ago, and my prescription hadn't changed that much. But I think I think I need to make the leap now to get the bifocals. So
Okay.
I think once you hit your mid 40s, they're kind of like, this thing where you take off your glasses to read your phone.
Or, God help you, you're taking off your glasses to put on other glasses.
I did that with sunglasses for a while until I broke the shit out of mine. So I would like a new pair of those too. But
Wait, I thought you had prescription sunglasses.
I did. I had really nice Ray-Bans. So I broke the fuck out of them.
Oh.
So, yeah, we'll not be spending that kind of money on sunglasses again. So as nice as they were.
Yeah.
So I don't think you could get those in bifocals.
Perhaps.
You can do anything.
yeah.
Sure. It's just how much you want to spend.
Well, we'll see. I upped my insurance coverage because we just had our benefits enrollment period. So I got the vision plan. So I get 2 Cadillac pairs of glasses.
Oh.
So yeah.
Oh,
it was only
fantastic.
like an extra of like $15. So I was like, yeah, I spend that.
You count on your fingers really fast, or it's like $15. Mm-hmm. What's 200, 300?
Yeah, well, 15 times 12.
Yeah.
Right.
Polarized, scratch resistant.
Scratch resistant. Targeting reticule. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm not through that Harry Potter game, but I've been seeing some stuff on the new Cyberpunk mod coming out, or that expansion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm kind of jazzed for it. So
I was like, they're putting Cyberpunk in Potter?
no.
I was like, wait,
What a
whoa.
fascinating
I
mashup.
was talking about targeting reticles in my glasses.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Sorry, that was a natural segue in my brain, but
I was
did not
like,
explain
wow,
it
this is
very
going to be crazy.
Yeah.
They're pulling in everybody that plays a video game. Like,
Yeah.
we'll take you all.
That Harry Potter game's pretty big, though. So I'm kind of impressed with it.
Yeah, I might get around to it. I have to finish up. River City Girls too, but we'll finish when we get with it.
Oh, okay.
It's a beat 'em up.
Right.
How much
Retro
does
style's amazing.
Potter cost?
It's expensive. It's like the full 70 right now.
It's like the going rate of like new games.
Yeah, full retail. Yeah. So I think I bought it a week early, so I got it for 60. So I could have paid 70, gotten the deluxe version, and gotten the game like 3 days before everybody.
Right.
Before I did, because everybody I knew did that, and so I wasn't playing it for 3 days. So a lot of people I knew were. So, but it was like $10.
Does your brother play it?
No, he's not a Harry Potter guy. So he still plays WoW. So he gets on that every now and then and just fucking wrecks people. So when he's mad. So yeah. We're drunk. We're both.
He's just a bully that comes in.
He's kind of a bully. You know. So Dad, no.
Hey man, we get it out where we gotta get it out, man. That's Twitter for me. So I mean,
Yeah. What did I see
you
on
gotta-
Twitter the other day?
nothing useful. It's been a slow couple of days.
You know
No,
all of Twitter. You're like, no, it was all useless.
What was the fist fight over? I think it was back to J.K. Rowling and she did a podcast or something. Did that come up?
it came up. She basically had a.
Was that?
That's not me.
No, that's the downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're still live.
No, she said something very go fuck yourself recently, and I think she used that terminology.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Did she do it while counting money?
She doesn't count. She juggles.
No.
She juggles
Right.
money.
And the thing is, she looks small, but she actually has pretty decent like biceps. That's why she was literally juggling 3 bags that have dollar signs on them, because that's how you can tell.
Fresh from the money bin.
Screwed for having a competition.
J.K. Rowling juggling money bags. There's your fucking
Ooh.
slide. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, that Mel Gibson one made me laugh. So
Wow, yeah.
that was beautiful.
I'm definitely learning more. I can't figure out how to get everything in the way that I'm picturing it in my head. So I tried to get. I threw one up about like you trying to run over the rattlesnakes. And I tried to have it so that I wanted to have like a snake with like its eyes like popping out of its head as like headlights were coming of a car, and like it just would not get it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on. And so finally I just told it to put a car coming down the highway, and for whatever reason it would not give me a dark night. Like I'm trying to put in all these things, and it's like,
Yeah.
we're gonna give you daylight. And I'm like,
So is it like frustrating when it doesn't do exactly what you want it to do, or is it like?
it's really irritating.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so like a lot of the other ones that we were doing, it was just kind of like, oh fuck, that's great. I would have never thought of that. You know, if you just put some shit in there and then it comes out, like the Mel Gibson one. There were like 5 different ones that you sent there, but that like if it had generated all those, obviously you've got to pick that one. So
Yeah.
you know.
I think that's the one that is with the dogs, isn't it? I think that's the same episode. I don't know.
I don't know,
If it's
yeah.
not, I'll put it in another one, but
Oh, was it the one with the spit dogs?
I think it was.
It might have. No, that's homeless land Democrats. So, that's a different episode.
Okay. Well, then I will
Just
go
leave the
find
spit dogs up
the
there.
Mel Gibson one and put that in there.
I do want to see what the system thinks homeless land Democrats look like.
Okay, I can try and.
Just curious
I
what
tried.
its thoughts are.
What was the one? Reparations, like
Oh,
search.
detected, sir. Yeah, good
So
luck
I
with
have a
that.
bloodhound that's trying to find money in the ground and try to have people like in the background. So that was it would not put like
Put that one up?
yeah.
Oh, fuck, I gotta look
It
at it.
wouldn't put up like I wanted it to put in green stacks of like 20s in the dirt. but like it just would not grab that. So I'm like, it's driving me nuts. So, but it was cool with gold coins. So I was like, all right, gold coins it is.
I just love the idea that like, yeah, the reparations are there. You just have to dig. It'll solve everything. We just buried. No, what is that? You knew it the other day. That fucking gold that has been missing with the weird drawings and
it's like the Huntman or. Oh man, I cannot. I just should have looked it up.
But you knew it right away.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But yeah, that's where the reparations are. Yeah, it's that cache of gold that's buried in that mountain with the Indiana Jones drawings and the.
All right, what do you think of the new Indiana Jones? Like I saw a longer preview.
Well, none of us have seen it.
Well, no, but like. Are you excited?
No, there's 3 movies as far as I'm concerned. I haven't even seen the 4th one. So I got to go back a decade now. So, yeah.
So not even like, cause, yeah, there was a longer preview on it, and I was like, well, you can always make previews look good.
Harrison Ford doesn't do it for me anymore. So the guy's gone weird. So, and
I saw something that he's going to be the Red Hulk. Because General Ross died.
Ross, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, whoa, wait,
on,
what?
How much ranch land do you need?
Dude, that's nobody knows. Like their whole schedule's cattywampus now. Lots of stuff can be changing. Like they're a mess over there.
God, Marvel. Yeah.
Marvel or just Disney?
Both.
Yeah.
One hand washes the other.
Right. No, there's a whole bunch of shit that they just blew up on Disney's schedule, so it's just scrapped. Tons of it.
Scrapped or like delayed. Some delayed indefinitely.
I haven't heard anything for the Marvel stuff though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even I've heard that.
Like the movies or just their
movies, supposedly TV shows are getting scrapped.
Well, I can understand that. Those were pretty rough.
Well, the movies too.
Well, I loved the last one, so.
Well, you loved the last one, and that's fine. I'm just saying that the run that they had of all of Phase 4, because remember, the one that you just saw is the start of Phase 5. Start.
Okay, fair enough.
An entire, like, session of these things went by that people saw as, like, a speed bump at best.
That's kind of what it felt like.
And insulting at worst.
Because I don't even know if they're setting up characters for some of these, like B and
well, people don't know. Not, there's a lot of talk about how this happened, and so right now the guy that gets all the credit is that dickhead named Kevin Feige, right? So people keep referencing this guy, right? The problem here is that when this whole thing started, this was a team effort between a guy named Kevin Feige and Ike Perlmutter. Okay, now Perlmutter got run out of Disney. Right? Because evidently he was the guy that basically was the, like, chill out with this shit kind of dude. Right? So what Disney did was that they found out that Perlmutter was a donor and Trump support. Get out.
Gosh. Heathen.
Shit, you're not, because the at that point when it came down to it, Feige and Perlmutter both tried to get each other fired. They're like, you gotta go or he's gotta go, and eventually they said, like, all right, Feige stays. And what happened? Well, you can see it.
Some of it's just audience, like, burnout, too, man. So, with having just basically one giant house of mouse cranking out all that shit, it's just,
There is that. I mean, the problem here is, like, I can't point to that because the media is still being consumed, right? Not on the same level, but they did 2 things. Number one, yes, you're right. They did crank it out, and they've gone out there and said, like, okay, well, we need content for Disney Plus, right? Because right now we don't have anything that's going to pull anything away from other places. We don't have exclusive content. We need to make it, right?
Yeah.
We have our Disney library, which isn't as big as you would think, right? So even after you've watched all of the new adventures of Winnie the Pooh, you're like, all right, I got it, but where is all the shit? Where are your home improvement shows? Where are your
Oh god, a Disney Home Improvement show.
Well, that's one. But
Everyone will have a slide down the back deck.
Exactly.
Look, I'm not the audience for that.
This is Star Wars themed.
But yeah, when you talk about a whole ton of the content, it's like where's your 90 Day Fiance? Where's your right? They didn't have like a back catalog of this stuff.
Even with the Disney Channel, or the airing for so many years, I mean, you're talking about tons and tons of kids programming that they could throw up there.
Kids programming, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. But basically, like when you're looking over and saying, why do we need to keep this, right? You know, for lots of times, I mean, this is like Netflix. One of their biggest things, they ran reruns of basically of The Office for it was a huge hit, right? And they just didn't have anything like that on Disney. So like, we got to put out product, right? And so they're like, so what's the consequence? Can these things really tie into the movies all that much? What if they miss that? What if they're not part of this? Well, we're trying to pull these people in. So there's a lot of people like, does this actually apply? Very tangentially. Do I have to watch this one for it to make sense? When it was just one movie line, it's like, no problem. Did you see this? Okay. Do you want to keep seeing them? Yes. See the next one, right? But now at this point, they're like, I can skip the Marvels. I can skip Inhumans. I can skip Shang-Chi. I can skip Black Widow because she's already dead, right? I can, you know...
And I'm gonna.
Right? There's plenty of things that they're like, oh, I need to see this. And you're like, fucking She-Hulk's insulting. You know, people like, I don't get what Moon Knight was all about, but fuck it, right? And so right now they're also taking a lot of like... They already used a lot of their premier characters, right? And the ones that are kind of niche, like the ones that I liked, right? Now they're like, well, so for those 10 of you that actually knew who Kang the Conqueror was, it's like, yeah, I'm here. It's like, he's black now. Like, why?
It was really good, I thought.
He was a screaming retard in fucking Loki.
Well, he does that sometimes here too, but...
Yeah, I hear he's the best part of that movie, but I'm like, all right, so don't play identity. In the new Guardians,
how far into the future is Kang supposed to be?
The year 3000.
So I mean, you can
Everybody should be light brown.
Well, you can still have a white. You can still have white Richards and all that stuff.
There will be no black Richards in my Marvel.
Well, I mean, they might still be white. They haven't decided yet or anything.
If you make Reed Richards...
Because, I mean, 1,000 years, that's a lot of time to infuse some...
Why does he need to be white? Is he Jewish or something?
No, Ben Grimm is, but...
He's the lineage to Kang.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Sorry, yeah.
He was incredibly upset about this whole concept. Because I was like,
it does bother me.
I was
He's
like,
not
he's
Slytherin.
black.
No, he is. Yeah.
Because I was like,
I'm sorry, man. Just, no, it's...
Because when I saw him in the books, he kind of looks like he could be black. Because he's always got that mask on, whatever, and his face, however they always drew it, like, I always kind of thought he was black.
Ramatut was a white Egyptian. That is one of the Kang variants. They're all white. They're white.
I don't know.
Well, he's white.
I don't know.
It's his identity.
I didn't
You
know.
don't just pick people at random and say, you're black now. That pisses me the fuck off.
Oh, I just realized I misspelled this. Sorry. Let me fix that.
Some of it I get bothered with, some of it, I do understand your concept, though, like how you did Miles Morales to get a black Spider-Man.
Fine.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And they had
it was set up as an alternate universe.
And they had a preview for that, too.
What? The Spider-Verse thing?
Yeah.
Well, again, they showed the new Guardians movie, right?
Yeah.
High Evolutionary is a black guy now, too. He's not black. He's a white guy. Frankly, I only saw him with a red face for the most part because he's wearing that stupid mask. But he's a white guy. Why do you keep doing this shit? Fuck off! Stop doing this!
Well, in one way, though, they used to not want to make the bad guys black. Because it was... So I guess that's
kind of
that
more
kind
insulting. I don't know. Yeah.
He's afraid to do that, they didn't want it.
Wasn't that guy running a lot of these dudes out of like Disney who like keep pounding that drum anyway?
Who, Bob Iger?
Yeah.
He tried.
Like recently, or?
Well, okay, so the guy that came in after, God, what was that? Chapek. Yeah, no, Chapek. So after he got brought in, he was just a business guy. So
Yeah, but they ran him out.
they ran him out because he did try to stand up to this. He was the one that basically said, in regards to all the Florida shit, he was the one that said, like, hey, cool it. Like, we don't take political stands here.
Yeah.
And then his employees, like, tried to, like, capsize, Disney with their fucking pink and blue flags. And he had to, like, retract on that a little bit. So the whole idea here was that Iger came back to basically smooth out the part of this, but they haven't been able to shed that shit.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait to see what products come out. So, because, I mean, if they keep losing money, so, I don't know. I did dig into their finances, so they make a lot of money off other things than movies. So
they do, but you're not in this business to lose money.
No, you're not in the business to lose money. So, yeah.
Do you know how Ant-Man has done so far?
It's
so.
It's basically on par with the other Ant-Man movies.
So that Avatar 2 is over like $4 billion. It's like crazy.
Gosh.
How's that guy just fucking mint money off Blue Panther people?
It was so long. Who's gonna go see it twice?
Apparently some people do.
Oh my god!
They charge you like $40 to go see it.
Right. You're not like paying in 15-minute increments.
This is premium product.
Yeah. there's not a little dispenser here like in the front where like you want to keep watching it to keep putting in quarters, every 15 minutes or so.
Although I must say, I saw Avatar. I think that was opening weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I went in the IMAX. The theater was packed.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, no.
Not so much.
No, there was plenty of room to be had.
That came up in one of my classes the other day. We were talking about movies and stuff. Well, it came up because we were talking about password sharing. So first, which they all do. All of them. So
What?
all my students password share.
What?
Oh, yeah. So for Netflix accounts and shit like that.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
What were you thinking? Like,
Sharing your passwords with this is a good password. I'm gonna use it or I don't have a clue, but yeah, sorry.
That's clever. So I ask you what my password is.
Well, it's almost like
I always forget mine. So if you use it, then we're good.
You almost want to treat it like what was that like where the school would have a license for like
oh yeah,
for Windows,
for like Windows or Word and stuff like that.
So I'd like it if you had like a school Netflix account.
And just for my defense, I'm in cybersecurity. Password sharing is like a legit thing that has to be watched out. Not how we share our Netflix account.
Right. Yeah, no. We're talking about the more harmless kind of piracy.
Benign.
As opposed to it's like cyber terrorism. Yeah. So, or, exploitation. So, yeah, no. And so they all, like, do that. And it's like, all right, well, you guys think that's ethical? And they're like, yeah. So, all right, this is obviously not a discussion that we're going to get. All right. Because I was like, how many of you guys go to the movies? And none of them go to the movies.
Whoa.
No, they say if they get 4 or 5 friends together and want to go out, maybe someone wants to go see a movie, they'll go do it, but it's coin toss between that and bowling.
And what?
Bowling. So, yeah. It's just like, well, it's already on, Disney Plus, and I've got his password to that.
Right.
So I'll watch that on my own time, so kind of thing. Yeah, it's like, and I got one guy there. He's actually the manager of one of the movie theaters, so the bigger ones, and he's just like, he's like, I got to get a new job. He's like, I got to get a new job. So.
I don't know why you would release it the same, like even close to the same time on like the streaming site.
Yeah, why do they do that?
I know they did it just during the COVID time, but like you're destroying your own movie industry. Like,
well, okay, so you have 2 things going on here, right? So the first thing is that number one, It used to take long because it used to be difficult to transfer to video.
True.
I saw the process that he had to do back in the day.
Blockbuster and stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
nuts.
Well, that's why Blockbuster had it way before you could get it at Best Buy. So, yeah.
Well, and that was the thing, was on top of that, they were taking basically, I can't remember the ratio. It's not 16:9, but it's 170. I can't remember what it is, but you had to transfer that frame by frame to 4:3.
Yeah.
Because that's what the standard TV was. And they had to make decisions on every frame about what to cut.
Yeah.
And if they were going to pan the shot, basically.
Or letterbox it.
Or letterbox it, but then you had a lot of people that were like, why is like 35% of the screen missing? But in hindsight, you'd be like,
you're talking about pan and scan. Yeah.
Yes. So that used to take a while. So now that that's basically filmed and basically printed on the same thing, it doesn't take a quarter as long. And then the second thing is, dude, you gotta strike when the iron's hot. You're using that to basically get people to your streaming service, right? You're trying to get that for people to sign in for a month and then stay. So you have to get whatever exclusive content that you can on there and pimp it as quickly as you can. And if that means that, okay, I will see it here on Disney first, right? Then I'll stick around because it's only going to be 2 months.
If that, yeah, because like if you actually, so I see the point there, yeah. You want somebody to just pay for it because otherwise someone's going to actually like rip it out of a movie theater. It's going to be on Plex in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's how I watched a overdubbed French version of The Rise of Skywalker that night.
Overdubbed French version, huh? You wanted to see it that bad.
No, actually, what I wanted to see was I heard a lot of rumors about what was supposed to be going on in that film. And they were right.
They were all true.
I was like, this can't be this stupid. And then it was. Because if it was any good, I was like, I'll turn around and go see it.
Yeah.
So there's been no good movies in how many years?
What, worth going to the theater for?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, like, part of the problem here is a lot of what's going on is lost on me. I don't find out that they're good movies until way later on, right? They come and go in the theater before I even know. So, like, there's the big stuff that I'd know, like blockbuster things that maybe I'll know about, but I don't see any commercials for these things. And then later on, I'll hear that, oh yeah, this whale movie came and went in theaters in 2.5 weeks, right? You're finding out about it near Oscar season, so I'm like, I don't know. And frankly, I don't know if this theater would have carried it, right? And this is a big theater.
Is there actually a whale movie you're talking about?
It's called The Whale.
It's called the Whale.
Oh,
yeah, with
the
Brendan
big-
Fraser.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought you meant actual whale. I thought you were talking about Avatar for a second.
Oh, no.
It's been out there for longer than
fucking,
2.5 weeks.
You know, like drilling for brain juice. You know, it's not. I would have said that. But yeah, that's sort of where that is, and then I don't find out about it until later, and then I'll try and catch up with it. But if I'd have known the Northman was in theaters, I would have watched it. I know you hated it.
I hated that one
because it dared to be anything except completely linear, and it said, "Well, you have to think about things." You said, "No." Right?
Not it at all.
And then you threw over your coffee table and said, this is bullshit. And that's fine, because not every taste is up to...
I've never thrown over a coffee table.
I flipped the coffee table.
Have you?
I was standing on it, though. So,
What is the worst damage you've done to an inanimate object in anger?
Oh, in anger?
Not accident, but you were actually upset at something.
Hole in a wall.
Okay. I've done that. Pat?
I don't know. I don't break my things when I get mad. I drink.
I haven't done anything since I quit drinking.
So my liver. Okay. Yeah. I think I've lost my temper like 3 times in my life. So, yeah.
I did a lot more when I was drinking.
Yeah.
Well, lose your temper?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the anger's just never been really strong with me. So
now I'm pretty calm and robot.
Yeah. I used to get mad at my kid, but I don't anymore. So And it was just like, I get like impatient more so than anything else. So not mad, just kind of like frustrated. So, why don't you get this?
All right, yeah, I've done that one, yeah. How many times have I have to tell you this?
Yeah, so.
Do you like me doing this? No. Well, then stop it. And then you do it the next day.
I know, yeah. So, no, my daughter's getting rigged with braces in like 3 weeks.
Ooh.
As punishment for sucking her thumb for so many years.
My
Consequences.
son hasn't even lost his molars at all yet.
Really? Oh, wow.
My kids don't lose their teeth till forever.
Oh, man. Oh, my daughter's had all her adult teeth for ages.
He's only lost 8 teeth.
Oh. How many you got?
How many
teeth do you have?
What is it, kids? He's got them too.
Right, yeah.
I can't remember.
I don't know. I never took anatomy, so I have no idea.
I think there's 28.
28?
Oh, teeth?
Yeah, I think there's 7 on each side.
Don't count. That's cheating. You might as well
There's
Google it.
7 on each side.
Potentially 8.
Potentially 8. Yeah, if you get your wisdom teeth.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Who gets to keep those?
I have them.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
They never dropped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could feel them in there. They're like right up against the skin.
Yeah, okay.
That sucked. I hated losing my wisdom teeth.
When did you have yours out?
Like senior year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at this yearbook picture.
Before my yearbook picture.
I don't know. I think I had mine out in like 10th grade or maybe 11th grade. And I played Myst for 3 days because I was in such pain. So I actually beat that game with all the pipes and tubes. So...
I just remember being in and out of consciousness as they were doing it, and one of them I heard him just crunch.
Yeah.
I was just like, huh. I think that was a tooth. That's great.
They put me out good, man. So they were like, "You're going all the way, buddy." I was like, "Okay, I'll see you in a couple hours." So.
Yeah, right there. I'm looking at the counter. That is the dumbest thing that I destroyed in anger.
What?
So one time I was so fucking furious at my mother, and she was on the phone. And because that's the thing is, I'm for the most part pretty even keeled, but she can push my buttons like nobody else can. And yeah, I had my keys in my hand, and it was one of the ones where she said something and fucking hung up on me, and I just turned around and fucking launched my set of keys at the ground, right? I had like 25 keys on here and things on it, and I threw it in the garage. Keys went everywhere. I'm like sitting, I'm digging under everything, and of course afterwards you're like, fucking idiot,
right? Yeah,
because now you're mad at yourself. Right?
Oh man, no, that would have made me bust out laughing. So
it's funny now. Yeah,
no, like I've done stupid things like that. Not like that one, but I've done things where it's just like you just realize it was like, God, that was dumb, and I can't help but laugh at myself when I do shit like that. So
it is, and I mean, a lot of times there things that you knew you could cut off where you're like, I'm pretty full, but there's still more pizza. So,
look at that, like idiot. How many of these can you take in an hour?
It's like, but I'm gonna eat again. It's not like, yeah. Yeah, I ended up having that discussion with one of the psych students there. I was talking about how, like what we were talking about, where our species should have died due to overeating. That's the only way that natural selection would have actually fixed this problem. So now we have to turn to science.
For what?
So
to correct what?
Overeating.
Overeating.
Right. Because biologically, like, your stomach can expand to what, 6, maybe 5, 6 times its normal size?
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, right? And that's because our ancestors weren't always sure when they get their next meal.
Right, so they just pig out.
You see food, you have to eat it. That's what a dog does, right? But now that we're in this society, right, we'll sit there and look at people that struggle with like willpower and things like that when it comes to controlling food, right? But you're actually fighting your own biological mechanisms every time because you don't have to. Right.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of that's cultural too, man. You can go to other places in the world where there is even food in abundance. People just don't eat like we do here. So
no, and we are like the foodiest food nation on the planet.
Apparently, China is. I didn't know that, but
they're getting chunky too.
Well, they have the highest rate of diabetes, so we talked about that a while.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily chunky.
No, I didn't say chunky.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
right.
I guess just food issues.
I was like, wow, they eat that much food?
It's rice.
Yeah, it's probably right.
But it's all carbs, man. And you eat it at every meal.
Every meal.
Every meal.
That is true.
It's weird because this is like when I would talk to people about like Korean cuisine. They're like, so how does it work? It's like, well, you can have like a different like dish that's there, or like a fish is coming out, but every meal that comes out, you're breaking out rice and like 20 different kinds of kimchis. Is that like for breakfast? Like, yes. And lunch and dinner. And all these things are going to pop out. And then you might have like a different thing that you all pick at, right? Because I guess that's an Asian thing, is pick at culture.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is why you and I, when we were younger, it's like, fucking get off my fries.
This is America. Get your own fries.
Yeah. How much asabuco am I getting back for all these fries you took? Yeah.
I never asked for anything from anybody else's plate either.
Well, at this point, I actually love it. Later on, we started like, no, we'll go to a place, and it was everybody needs to order something different, and we're all just going to swap.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, no.
No, I just want what I order.
We'll do that with the appetizer plate, but my spaghetti is my fucking spaghetti. So.
It's why I looked at the menu to choose what I want.
Yeah, I remember like there was a while there where some of those family style dining experiences were big, and then most of them died out. So
it just seemed like a novelty that came and went.
Yeah, I mean, unless it was like specific, like you could still go to a Japanese place and you'd still do that, because you all sit around the grill, kind of thing.
Well, okay, yeah.
What is it? The hibachi? Yeah. So, or I guess if, like, I hear that, like, Egyptian restaurants are like, or Iranian restaurants are like that.
Oh, Moroccan places are definitely like that.
Yeah.
No, so, you eat with your fingers.
Yeah. That one, you dip bread and everything, right? So, in all the different stuff.
You can. Yeah. You're also just going to, like, peel apart a chicken. And
I've only ever been to one. So.
A very interesting experience, but yeah, it's just you dip your hands in this, like, special cleansing, like rose water stuff, and
yeah,
costs money.
It's not high on my list, though.
Well, no, so I tried it, but obviously I don't advocate. I don't look at this culture and say we need to eat with our hands more often. I don't turn around and
Popeye's chicken. Just hold your hands out.
It's not even, dude. I got you on that, but it's I don't sit there and look at what I'm eating and say like,
here's your mashed potatoes.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm like, spaghetti's fine, but we need to change the way that we ingest this, right? And I remember the one time I gave Elvis a plate of spaghetti because he was eyeballing it, and practically had to sell the house because it's just, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Is like, no, we have tools. Fucking apes use tools. They'll put a stick in the ground and eat the ants. So why am I going back to my fingers?
Saving the planet. Too many plastic.
Fuck off.
Plastic. Yeah.
That bullshit. I told you about plastics. I told you about the problem with that.
What was that?
Oh, that the companies put the onus on us.
Oh, that's right.
Where it's like Coke could easily no, we're going to do these aluminum bottles or we're going to do glass bottles.
Yeah, sure.
But then they say, no, we're going to do plastic and say it's on you to recycle these.
Yeah.
Right.
So I saw a really interesting article the other day that was kind of skirting around an issue it was trying to address but couldn't factually sustain like what it was, kind of gunning for.
What was that?
So it was this, I can't remember if it might have been in Geo or something like that. It was a study that these scientists had done in several different oceans in the world to determine the origin of plastic. So all the plastic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So there is one country that's responsible for 66% of the fucking plastic in all oceans in the world.
China.
No.
India.
No.
USA.
No, we didn't even make top 10. We got lumped in with others. So,
What?
Yes, along with every European country. So Canada, Mexico. There's only one country in the Western Hemisphere that even made the top 10. Which one was
Brazil.
it? Brazil.
Yeah.
You got it. Number one country in the world, responsible for 2/3 of all plastic in the oceans.
Is it in Africa?
Nope.
No. Oh.
It's the Philippines. That blew my fucking mind. I don't know. So
There's water everywhere.
well, it's 10,000 islands,
Well,
Yeah,
But
so
apparently,
I mean, if
you just hook
if
it.
you litter,
Right.
if you litter
Yeah.
in Kansas, it's not really gonna make it to the ocean.
Right, yeah, which is
So-
the whole thing about cutting up your rings and stuff. It's like in Colorado, I know it's going right down there to Falcon, so it's like there's not too many sea turtles on the eastern plains of Colorado. So, but anyway, my daughter's like, you gotta do it, Dad. I was like, okay. I'm not gonna fight you on this one. But yeah, it's the Philippines of all things. And this whole article is like talking about recycling efforts and blah, 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 and how we need to do better. And right there in your data, it's like, actually, we're doing great. So we got 330 fucking million people here, and we don't even make top 10. That's pretty awesome. So,
We don't even make the top 10. And,
We don't
and
even make
now,
the top 10.
Straight up, if you don't bring your bags, they charge you 10 cents per bag now.
Right.
You can't even pay 10 cents at Walmart.
Oh, you can't?
No, they
Oh, I
don't.
thought you could.
No, they just yanked all the bags.
They just said, fuck it.
no.
I think I'm gonna do the Costco thing. I think they're just gonna put the cardboard box in my bag in my in my trunk and just wheel the cart over, throw that stuff in,
Yeah.
and just walk it in. Because it's not that I can't pay the 50 cents, but it's just if you don't want me to do this, that's fine. Because I get it. You didn't have a choice in this, right? And I understand. So they have to ask me every time, did you bring your bags? And of course, no, right? No.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm sorry. I know it's a weird habit for me not to break, but
I don't. There's nothing wrong with the Costco method.
just
I mean,
they
like the
have
first time I
boxes.
went over there,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, you guys don't have bags. I'm like, no, just take a box. I was like, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I actually need a box.
You break down the side. It's like, so we get things in boxes. It's like, yeah, go on. So we're gonna put your things in boxes so we don't have to destroy boxes.
Right.
Like that's genius.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, and you can keep the box if you need it. So
So yeah, I think I'm just gonna put the box in my trunk and then
That's
just
pretty
wheel
clever.
the cart out and then just throw the shit in there, walk it inside, bring the box back out.
I've done it a few times because I forgot the bags, and it's like, well, let's just go into the car.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I get the point of it, and you know what? To our credit, yes, we can look and say that we're not in the top 10 or whatever, and
Sure.
say like, well, we don't have to do shit. It's the Philippines who just like see a body of water and think I must.
fucking milk cartons.
It's like you walk past 4 trash cans and you just had to put this thing in the water, huh?
Yeah. No, that blew my mind, man. So that was weird. So.
That is odd.
I wonder
Yeah.
how they calculated that.
So they took samples from all over the place, and apparently, like the way in which,
Randomness
well,
of what they were
yeah.
grabbing.
So when you put it all in a great big wash machine called the ocean, it gets randomized. So
Do they just take Plastic Island or whatever it is?
Oh,
like
garbage island.
Island.
Yeah.
that thing is kind of a hoax. So it's part true and part not.
It's there.
It is there, but it's not like this fucking floating mound that you can stand on, kind of thing. It's actually like this thing that's about 1.5 inches deep.
But it can be seen from space easy.
It can be seen from space easy, but you can swim through it and see just fine. So it's weird, man. So it's not this thing where there's just like this fucking like 3-mile island
Species
landfill.
are going
just
to
like-
start growing out of
Yeah,
it.
your argument is that like it's not really an island in the sense that it's actually like
I
gone
can't
to the
build a
bottom.
house on
Well,
it.
yeah,
No.
it's somebody would have declared that as property already, right?
They put a casino on it.
Please throw more trash into the ocean. We need to expand.
Well, you're just like, I keep getting free land. I don't have to do anything. People keep doing this for me.
Yeah.
My land actually increases every single year without my effort.
Yeah.
Some asshole would have already done that. I've seen so many shows where people are like, check out my reclaimed house. And
God.
okay, you're laughing because you must have seen these things where it's
so
like,
much shit.
I took like 600 Goodyear tires that were thrown away.
Packed them with dirt.
And I guarantee you some dickhead would have been like, I have claimed Trash Island and I'm growing trees on it to offset or whatever.
Well, I think they have that somewhere because they use the trees. They put some dirt in there because the trees can actually get the water, and the roots hold the plastics together, so it starts forming a more solid thing, and then they can actually start putting dirt on it. They're actually trying to build islands out of
Floating plastic islands. So, yeah.
because whichever one of those trees are that doesn't need dirt, it just the
mangroves. Or whatever
and
they
it
are.
just ties all that
right.
plastic
Yeah.
together.
See, that makes sense.
And then they're starting to put dirt on these giant things that they're building.
Floating islands. Like, see, that's the funny thing. It's like it's not like a lack of land out there that people don't live on. So,
You're right.
yeah, there's a lot of it out there that's like.
But not ocean land.
Oh, there's tons of it, man. So, you know.
You can't drink that water.
Yeah, you can't drink the water. You go crazy.
Don't they have the straws?
You can't do that salt water. Now that's shit water out of a creek. It'll be okay. But if you try and do that out of
do it
salt
out of
water,
pure black death, but you can't.
No, God, I love you, Will, because you're so smart sometimes, but then you're like, desalinization is something you like. Why haven't we figured this out yet? I have straws in my drink, right? It's
Well,
like, why is this
it's
a
not
problem?
that kind of straw.
Yeah, those straws that like you can put it in the black goo and drink water out of.
I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
no, they're real.
Yeah.
So they have these survivalist like straws.
Oh, well, okay. Well, say no more.
Yeah, and you can, it's not like that. It's like this fucking, it's like a tube inside your paper towel.
Well, I was just thinking, like, it's like a cigarette filter. You just have to suck really hard.
No, you still have to suck really hard on it. and
Actually, I have no idea how hard you have to suck to.
you do. Well, so like the ones that I've seen, so you suck on it and it pulls the water into the thing. You're not drinking it right away.
I've seen some drink right away.
I've seen some people do that too. I think that's a little bit suspicious.
Well, I would not do it. I don't care. I watched the guy do it, and there's no way you're gonna get me to do it.
But the ones that I've seen, so it pulls the water in the tube, and then you shake it a little bit, and then you gotta wait an hour, and it'll settle down. Okay, and then you squirt out the shit. So at the bottom, and then you got clean water in it. And so and it's supposed to protect you from what's that fucking terrible disease you get from drinking spring water?
The what the cats get?
No.
Giardia. Yeah, it's Giardia.
Yeah.
The one that makes you shit funny for the rest of your life.
Yeah. The one that you don't cure, you manage.
Yes, you treat symptoms. Yeah. Yeah. So
It's kind of like, I got hepatitis.
Yeah, no, the one I was
Lyme
thinking of,
disease.
the guy just straight up puts it in like sewer water.
Right.
Just,
was he the guy selling them?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if he's still alive.
But did the TV actually say, don't do this?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if it did or not. It was part of the selling point. Was
Man, there's some whack survivalist bullshit out there. You gotta be careful with some of that stuff.
Well, I don't want to be a survivalist.
Yeah, no.
I've already said I'm happy to die when
the bombs come.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big news hubbub was basically like Putin pulling from like the START treaty and
Yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah, I wasn't too surprised by that. He had threatened that several times. So
yeah, but he actually did it.
yeah, I know he actually did it. So
Yeah, and it's not just the missile thing; it's the fact that now I can put these on bombers and shit. Like, this is great. So either it happens or it don't. So I'm not going to think about it too much. Like, I'll either be like hanging out with you guys or I'll be radioactive vapor. I won't know either way. it's just going to happen.
Oh no, we're fucking cooked here.
Yes.
So yeah. So it's just completely. There's not one nuke headed our way. There's probably a couple dozen. So
we will have interesting discussions in the afterlife. We'll just be like, "Wow, he killed Kennedy, huh?" And it's like,
neat. It actually was LBJ.
it's like, record it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll happen or it won't.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
fine.
not stressing it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to try. Like, I don't want to.
I was a little bit more nervous about that maybe like 6 months ago than I am now. So
Yeah.
it probably would have happened now if it was gonna happen.
I agree.
So yeah, he's gonna throw like another 500,000 dudes out there, empty his prisons out still. So yeah, if those guys don't fucking mutiny first, which I've been reading on that the last couple of days, it's hilarious. So
I've heard that they've actually, like, he undid the START treaty, but the rumor right now is that he doesn't have nuclear authorization.
he might not. So from what I know about this, which is limited but not ill-informed, is that the Russians have what's called a two-key system. So yeah, so he's got one. All right, so the other one's basically held by a conglomeration of generals. So
I've seen movies.
I've seen those
You
movies
can
too.
get the second key.
You can get the second key if you need to. Yeah.
I saw this movie
You
once.
threaten your wife. Yeah.
No, man, I saw this one where they needed two separate guys as eyeballs.
I've seen that too.
They took them out. They don't have to be attached to the person.
It works pretty good with handprints too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a lot more where they just shoot the dead guy's face, hand, whatever.
Right.
Tick.
Key card.
It's like, wow, I bet you wish you had a PIN number now instead of just a facial recognition.
It's a fucking swipe.
Two-factor authentication. Yeah. So, why does nobody think about it? You got to punch in the code and show your eyeballs. Well, we can't get him with a fucking code now. He's dead. You know? So,
That's how you stay alive.
It's like trying to launch a missile. It's like, I don't know which Gmail account I use.
yeah. Russia's got a different system though. They don't have silos like we do. So they have trucks. You know those big motherfuckers that you see all the time in the parades.
Trucks,
yeah. So like all of ours are in silos or on submarines.
I think they had a transformer that was that.
Yeah.
A missile? Yeah.
Yeah.
Double dealer.
Yeah.
That was the
that's
giant
what that
truck with the missile on it.
Well, I mean, there were many things like that. They also, so he was that, and the Power Masters would switch into his stomach, and he would be an Autobot or Decepticon, depending on which one you put in.
Right.
For story-wise, the G.I. Joes actually had this thing called the Rolling Thunder, which...
Nixon's back.
You're not shitting, man. This was like... And what's funny is... It was a Joe vehicle and had two fucking ICBMs that broke into cluster bombs.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it wouldn't be surprised, like, I didn't look at the tech specs, but I wouldn't be surprised if you look at it and it says, like, it spits out decoys every 50 feet. You know? But I'm like...
It janks on its reentry. Yeah.
But I'm like... Why do the Joes need this?
I don't know.
Right? It's the Cobras that you're like... give us $1 million or we're going to blow up,
the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, Washington Monument, fucking.
But didn't they use
big
like
mall
a
in
briefcase with
Minneapolis.
a timer on it?
Why do
they want tech? They're just gonna. They got tons of guys that they can lose. So
get this in one episode, okay? Zartan and the Dreadnoks, right? They were doing subliminal messaging in heavy metal music, posed as a heavy metal band called Cold Slither. And in the subliminal lyrics, they directly told everyone what they were doing. That's not subliminal.
No,
that's just saying it.
That's liminal.
That's That's just regular fucking women.
It's like, what are you talking about? Your VCR doesn't have a pause button. What kind of fucking voodoo technology do you Joes possess? Yeah.
Like, it's hard, man. I could sit there and look at it and say that there are some gems in there where you see that this was a crowd that knew they were writing to children. They did so with some class and style. Then there's that.
And there's that. Well, wasn't that because they had to make like 160 fucking episodes a year or something?
That used to be like a season. It would be like
exactly.
80 episodes.
Yeah, you told me that.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We've been waiting, what? I can't even tell you how many years it's been, and we have 2 seasons of One Punch Man, right?
4 years.
That's what I'm saying.
It's been 4 years since that came out?
Since the end of the second season. And it might come out next summer.
It's been 3 years since Invincible, right? 3 or 4 years. And they're just coming out with a new one now? Yeah.
Well, I just got on that one, so...
Yeah, me too.
So, did you guys watch all those now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So...
Pretty odd place to end.
Yeah, we got half an hour, so...
No. I just mean the show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Pretty crappy end point.
Yeah.
Where you're like, all right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So, what are we setting up here exactly?
Right.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
I don't like any of this.
Your dad.
This is a problem.
What happened to your dad?
And then you have this problem. Like, well, I'm sort of rooting for him because he's J.K. Simmons.
Right.
But he's wrong.
But he's very wrong, yeah. As soon as you get bloodshot eyes, it's like, oh, yeah, you're in the wrong, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, a little bit of Visine cleared that right up. Go back to being a good guy.
Just be cool, man. It's all right.
It's all right.
I know.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, that's wacky, like release schedules. And yeah, looking at past media is such a mixed bag. It really is. It's hard. Like, I know there's a lot of things that I don't judge fairly because I had a favorable impression before.
Like what?
Well, so there's a lot of like 80s media.
Oh, yeah.
Right? 70s, 80s media where you overlook a lot of things and say, well, they did their best at the time, man. I mean, this is...
Yeah.
You know, you look at a special effect and you're like, this is intolerable. There's
a lot of cult classics that are pretty horrible. So...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of movies that people say, oh, it holds up really well, and you look at it, it's like, no, not really. So... You know, and
yeah, I don't think I give any of those a fair
yeah, you can never really give anything a pass, man. So, you know,
stuff. Like I remember, like, even if you ask the last generation, like, what were the best special effects you saw before Star Wars? You have a whole bunch of people that are going to say, you know, the ape suits from Planet of the Apes were badass.
The coconut mouth.
And that's all I can ever see.
Was it?
No, but that's really what it looks like.
They all look like ventriloquist puppets.
Yeah, they do.
Right? It's like...
Yeah. Right. So they get the Homer mouth.
I've never watched the originals. So.
They're not that good. So people say like 2001: Space Odyssey, and that movie I cannot stand that movie, man. So
I've never watched that one.
Oh man, it's
got a 5-minute long psychedelic trip. It's intolerable. So.
No, Patrick, it's not intolerable. It's tedious on its own. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it is.
What's intolerable is the assholes that tell you, well, you don't get it.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that a few times. So
it's like, no, I got it.
Yeah.
But this movie doesn't respect my time. I think I've made this point before. This movie doesn't respect my time.
Yeah, no. I've had people...
Well, they didn't care about respecting your time back then. There wasn't enough stuff to do.
Well, no, the movies are short, man. So, you know, they're much shorter than stuff that we see today. But, you know, it's just like...
Like, not every movie was The Godfather where you...
Right.
Like, the movie said, like, no, go ahead and go smoke.
Yeah, there's an intermission. Yeah. So...
I challenge, like, at this point, like, same fucking thing. Go sit down and watch Seven Samurai. It's cool.
Yeah.
Right? But you get, like, 2 smoke breaks in that.
Yeah, you do. It's huge. So...
How old is that?
1950s.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
nope, that ain't happening.
No.
It's cool. I mean, it really is. And pretty much anything of Kurosawa's you watch, you're going to see something else visual that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But
Well, if it was that good, it should have been remade.
I don't think they remake his movies out of respect, and the fact that I don't think you could get 10,000 Japanese guys to actually show up on a battlefield in costume.
Well, you CGI all that stuff.
Well, okay, so when you say that, I mean, obviously a number of his movies have been quote-unquote remade.
Sure.
But basically dressed up, different way.
He turned it into a Western or something,
Yeah.
So,
it's a cool movie, too. Yeah. It's the same thing. It is the same movie.
Did you see the newest one?
There's a new one?
New one what?
Magnificent Seven? With Chris Pratt and...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck you. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's got Chris Pratt.
I dare you say Kevin Hart. Fucking say Kevin Hart. I dare
not have Kevin Hart. So... It's not bad.
It was. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw it.
Wait, no, okay. 7. So you said... So it's not a comedy?
No.
It's
okay, okay. Because I thought immediately right there that this was like...
We're not talking Parks and Rec guy
was
here.
Was Denzel in it?
No. I don't remember.
Are you just cycling through black actors?
No, it had a bunch of names in it.
Like Lawrence Fishburne?
It wasn't Lawrence Fishburne. I thought it was...
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was
Denzel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So no, it's
it's for real. It's for real.
It's legit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I don't know. I had no idea. It's just you said Chris Pratt, and I'm picturing like a Western where he's just like, whoa, TMI.
I mean, he is himself in it, but just not full tilt.
Right.
Yeah.
He's at 4 instead of 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How many Star-Lords out of Star-Lord is he?
Yeah, he's not doing the Lego movie here.
Oh, right. Yeah. Is he Mario now, too?
He is Mario now.
My God.
And he's going to play it like Chris Pratt.
Why not? If that's what they paid me to do, that's just what I'm going to do. So
I don't care. It's clearly not for me.
He can go give that money to his church and piss off all his neighbors.
Well, I like Chris Pratt, so I don't know. I don't have a problem with him in everything.
I think he's fine in certain things. I mean, like in roles that call for Chris Pratt. Yeah, right. It's the same. It's the same thing. Like I can't. That would be like me saying I hate Jack Nicholson, who has played a version of himself from the very beginning. Right.
In every movie.
Every movie. The Joker was in The Departed. The fucking,
I watched that not too long ago.
It's good. It's not
good.
as great as...
It's not. It was not as good as I remembered it being. So Jack Nicholson was better than I remembered him being. Matt Damon was worse. Yeah. So
in fact, he really doesn't even have... He doesn't have like a good arc in that movie at all.
No, he's supposed to be like the primo bad guy, but
just doesn't come across.
It just doesn't come across that way, except for when he's trying to beg Donnie Wahlberg not to shoot him in the face. Or no, that was Mark, wasn't it? Yeah, that was Mark. Yeah. Not to shoot him in the face, and then he's just like shrugs his shoulders, and it's like, good.
It's kind of like you all got what you deserve. So.
Yeah. Well, except for Martin Sheen gets hooked up on top of a building. So, that was kind of like, I did not expect that. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some guys where it's like, yeah, it's cool, and Joker is also Chinatown, just directed differently.
To get us.
Yep. Yeah. He was also the Two Jakes, right? So yeah, you don't want it. It sucks. Chinatown's good. Two Jakes is fucking.
I haven't seen it
as disposable as it gets, but
I haven't seen Chinatown in ages.
It's great.
Yeah,
I watched it about a year ago.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
This one where he's got a bandage on his face the entire time.
Sure is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gets progressively smaller as the story goes on. Yeah.
Well, and then it turns to stitches, and then you can't stop looking at it, which is even worse.
Yeah.
That's why I don't. I remember Chris Pratt in that. What was it? Passengers?
Yeah.
Oh,
the space one.
He's not great.
It's fine. I mean, it's only two people in the whole movie the whole time. So.
Was it Jennifer Lawrence in that?
Yeah.
Okay, I have seen chunks of that.
It's okay.
He's fine.
But he's he's not that great of an actor when he's not being Chris Pratt, because he tries not to be Chris Pratt.
True. But he's really good at it, so.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, he was in the terminal list thing that I watched, and he was fine. He wasn't funny in that one.
Was that movie where they like time travel to kill bugs or something?
No, that's Day of Tomorrow or something like that.
What?
The one on Amazon where not to kill bugs, but they come to the future.
I haven't seen it.
Your wife saw it.
She did?
Yeah, you said it that when.
Is it Forever?
It's something like.
Oh, I know which one you're talking
Yeah.
about. So they get those creepy frosty creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come Forever War or Future War. Future War.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Tomorrow War.
Tomorrow War.
Tomorrow.
That's
There we go. Yeah. No, I did see that. So, I thought the premise of it was dumb. So.
I thought it was fine until they went to try to be heroes and do the final run. Like if they would have just ended it before, I would have been fine.
I gotta tell you, in that one, the monsters were the things that I hated. So it was like these are supposed to be naturally occurring monsters, but they fire missiles. So it's like, what? You know, so like there's those fish that shoot bugs off leaves.
Yeah.
You know, and so I guess a cobra can throw some venom, but I haven't seen one like just develop an ordinance that
It'll be
floats
frozen
on
in the
impact.
ice
Yeah.
that we unlock. Yeah. Terminal list is he got tumors being in the army.
Oh.
Whoa.
Like they gave his whole unit. They tested some stuff on him, and it killed. Like they started making him go crazy and all this kind of stuff. So they were trying to wipe it under the rug.
Oh.
And he made a list of people he's going to kill.
Yeah. Damn
To-
government.
Oh, this
Gonna
is
take vengeance on the government.
Yeah,
This is like fucking
I'm so
MK
tired of
Ultra
that
shit.
storyline now, man.
What about?
It's just so like everybody's going nuts over what is the new zombie thing that's out. Off the game. So
The Last of Us?
Yeah, the Last of Us thing.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that was a game first?
it was a game first, and I have a very low tolerance for anything zombie related. So just to be fair,
Yeah, you have for a while.
I have for a while.
I agree with your argument.
So
Because we have guns.
yeah, we have attack helicopters. The zombies don't.
What about the World War Z?
That one was the worst. Out of
Well, I
all
know
of
it was a
them,
terrible
yeah.
movie, but like
I've read the book. So the book was written by Max Brooks, who's Mel Brooks' kid. Who like I could rant on this book, all right, because it's just obviously full of like Max Brooks's fucking political fantasies. So it's great, So guess what country is smart enough to build a wall around itself?
Israel.
It's Israel, that's right. And guess how it gets fucked up? They let the Palestinians in and they start celebrating with their jibber jabber.
oh yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
and it's just like, could you be a little bit less on the nose, bro? Could you do just a little bit on that one? So, and then of course the very smart Harvard scientist guy who's going to solve the whole thing gets shot in the head right off the bat because he doesn't know how to handle himself. And it's like.
But what about the zombies that were able to go that fast?
They did that in The Day After Tomorrow, sort of 28 days later.
Oh,
So
I
I
never
mean,
watched that one.
yeah, that's
They did that in the Day of the Dead remake too.
they did, yeah.
Yeah,
I never
So-
watched that series of them.
it sucks.
No, out of all the movies, 28 Days Later is the only one that I find somewhat plausible. Like the story doesn't really piss me off because the zombies starve. After 28 days, that's the name of the movie.
Oh.
And it's like, that makes sense. Okay, so.
Gotcha.
Well, this is, you're talking about, the fallacies of this have been pointed out many times.
Oh,
It's
many
like,
times.
because they say, all right, so it's necrotic flesh, right? It's like, yes. Okay, so necrotic flesh, let's talk about it for a second, okay? The only thing you have to do to survive is be somewhat cold out.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really pump its own blood. It can't stay warm. It would freeze. Let alone what we've talked about where I was looking up decommissioned army weapons that would still wreck these things. Right?
Dude, you can have a Civil War battalion. That would take them out.
Yeah, this is like when I jumped.
Like, you use bayonets.
Yeah, this is what I remember I was asking you this. We were joking about this a while ago. It's like, how quick is World War II over with 6 self bombers?
Oh yeah,
Right?
pretty quick. Yeah.
And this is the same sort of thing, right? Let alone a fucking aircraft carrier full of
F-18 Super Hornets. Yeah. So we'd wreck Nazi Germany in an afternoon. So yeah. So I'd be like, oh, we'll just find the guy with the mustache. So he's giving a speech right over here. Cool.
right. Whereupon.
So,
But yeah, it's
boss is dying.
that's where the only way that zombies have any kind of dangerous appeal is if this is some kind of supernatural or religious thing. But that's a different kind of move.
That's a very different. I've never seen a religious zombie movie because most people who are interested in zombie movies, that just doesn't cross their minds,
Well, I mean, there was because this is where it all comes. It comes from voodoo.
Well, yeah, sure, okay, but I mean, like an actual supernatural, oh no, it's the fucking gods of the swamp who sent the people to kill us. You don't see any of that in any movies.
Oh, well, not the gods of the swamp, but like in the original Night of the Living Dead, it's not specified, right?
Right, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's not specified.
Well,
so
stuff like that.
See, I actually prefer that as opposed to, we got an explainer episode up front, we're going to lead everybody to the CDC, so you can learn it from the guy. And it's just like, just put up a wiki page, please. That's all we really need.
You all have phones.
Yeah.
Just so the more and more we get technology, the more and more it's just absolutely ludicrous.
It's not that. I mean, look, this is like even Stephen King wrote about this in the Dan's Macabre, right? Where he's talking about the more you reveal about your monster, right? There's a little point where, all right. So monster movies or horror movies, they work to this point where basically you reveal enough about your monster to say that there are rules, right? Mm-hmm. So when the rules are, Freddy can only kill you when you're dreaming, right? Then you have a point. But then you turn around and say actually no, he can get you while you're awake too, right?
He's going to fight Jason.
Well, fuck this then, right?
Yeah.
So if you do that and you set up the rules, but then you start changing the rules, or God help you just don't have any, right?
Star Trek.
You just whatever. Yeah, it's like you cured death.
You cured death. Great.
Yeah, that dude's blood cures death.
Right.
All right, get some more.
Yeah,
he didn't die.
Grab him.
Yeah, just strap him down and say
Strap him down.
Okay, that's fine.
Strap him down. And start feeding him iron supplements. It's gonna be a busy day.
Exactly. It's like, did you eat your oatmeal? You should, right? Yeah, and there's the same thing. It's like, so you have a personal teleporter that goes between planets? Like, that's awesome. Every war's over in seconds.
Yeah, we don't need ships anymore. Oh, if we don't need ships, why do we have a Starfleet?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's a great point. I just land right on the surface. Yeah. I can pick where I land? Right. Sure. Yeah. Right.
I can beam myself onto a starship, so I can beam myself onto a moving object. So
yes.
Yeah, even better.
That's just like, so I'm going to go teleport inside Klingon Hitler. And then he'll explode. This will be dope.
Telefrag him.
This is the kind of shit that you have to think about before you just write it in and say, all right, I got how we can solve this plot point. Cool. Yeah. Especially when you have lore where you say, if you watch the ones that happen in the future, this next generation thing, this happens 100 years after that. Right. Did they have that then? Mm-hmm. No. Mm-hmm. So why would they have it in the fucking past?
Right. We got to create a new universe. So
you just sit there and say, so how are you going to solve this? It's called red matter.
Right.
Okay. What does it do?
It's
anything.
Yeah. It's magic.
So, it seems like you would use this in every single. It's that fucking Last Jedi thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why they fucked up everything in Star Wars. Just like George Lucas did the whole thing with the midichlorians. So, which everybody was mad about at the time, but it just kind of opened this entire Pandora's box of everything else that was coming. The same thing's true with Indiana Jones now. It's like, oh, it's aliens, cool.
God,
cool.
no.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
And the fact that
You're talking about the universe where the Ark of the Covenant does melt people's faces, and you're going to switch over to science. Got it.
you're introducing time travel into Indiana Jones.
Right.
Why the fuck would you do that?
I don't know, man.
Why would you do that? And I don't know. I know it's for the purpose of like, well, we're going to be, sunsetting this character. We're going to be introducing this character.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and mix this up so that, as we set up these, infinite timelines.
Right, and we can de-age Harrison Ford back to, he was 40s. So, yeah, good luck with that.
That'd be sweet.
That's a pretty freaking, steep ass guy.
Dude,
CGI team, but sure, we're gonna give it a shot.
Man, there are two desperation moves when you are out of ideas. That is time travel and multiversing. That is always the death knell of storytelling.
I don't know, man. I think that, in the next couple of years, it might take 5 years or so, but, the shit that you're doing with just our album covers, movies are, 2 or 3 years away. Yeah, and there's going to be some people out there who are like, oh, well, this is public access, and I'm not charging anybody for it. So I've got, my fucking, Avengers played by Charlton Heston when he was 19. And you're going to have some people who put out some really cool shit. So
I can't wait to see young Orson Welles as Batman.
Yes. Yeah, no,
sweet.
fuck yeah.
Raymond is super special.
Yeah.
No, that's fine, right? And that's the thing is, what Will and I were talking about before was whether or not basically Hollywood is going to have to enact some basically labor laws, right? Because
Why would they do that?
well, because if you can basically. There are two things they've been able to do successfully. Is basically if AI can generate successfully humans,
Yeah, sure.
based off a facial model.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So this is Orson Welles is Indiana Jones, right?
Yeah.
They also have done it. They did this in the Obi-Wan series. They had James Earl Jones talk for the machine for a while, and they synthesized his voice, right?
Yeah.
Now the thing is, if you don't need a person, right,
Yeah.
to make sets,
Yeah.
to do gaffing, to do,
Yeah.
right, you erase tons of jobs, and you also say
Yeah.
well, we don't actually need actors. Those are the people you have to pay,
Yeah.
right? So now I will say this, that in SAG and AFTRA,
Yeah.
they do have that lined out where it's nope, these people have these jobs,
Yeah.
you have to have them, and they have to
Yeah.
be part of this union,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know if it's going to be something like that, because you could make 95% of that industry redundant.
Well, I mean, that happened in the music industry to a large extent. So it's happening in journalism right now. So and so I don't know if Hollywood actually has the ability to fight that off, because literally all I have to do, if I want James Earl Jones to narrate my fucking movie. So he did an audiobook where he read the entire Bible. I download that. I feed it in the fucking machine.
Yeah,
okay.
that's it.
And then, okay. And so, I'm sorry, I'm in Canada. All right. Your laws don't apply here. Ha 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 ha. Or I'm in Pakistan. Where laws? Regarding copyright?
Show me in the Quran where it says it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Show
Show me in the Quran where I have to follow infidel laws. Yeah.
No, in
China really
copyright
laws.
Yeah. So, China's going to go bananas on it.
Yeah,
man.
China didn't care at all.
So they don't give a shit about any of that stuff. And
Yeah.
so, okay. So maybe Hollywood goes back to what it was in the 1930s, where it's this niche thing, where it's kind of out there, and, it's this, it's a product that comes from there, rather than the gigantic House of Mouse or something. Who knows,
Right.
man? So,
Well, the argument I made on that is, I can understand wanting to, keep that for tradition's sake, and also to have a certain pool of talent, because there are the expertise is certainly meaningful. If you watch a movie that is clearly done with sets and props and something, it will look and
looks
still
different.
feel different. But I would argue that again, it's something that anything that removes barriers to entry only increases creative output.
yeah, I will.
Right?
Yeah. It will. Well, because like if you do that, and if you do an independent movie project using AI that's really fucking good, and you're an amazing storyteller, and it goes lit, and, like crazy viral, I'd watch it on fucking YouTube. Yeah, you might be someone in Hollywood say, hey, look at all those fucking assholes that we've had doing Marvel movies for the last 10 years. All right, who have no talent. Here's this 16-year-old kid who did this in his basement. Let's give that guy a job.
Yeah.
We can take J.J. Abrams and just turn him loose in the water.
Well, you turn around and say, well, he can't fuck up Eternals worse than this person did. And she won an Oscar.
Yeah, he won an Oscar.
For doing
Eternals?
Oh, hell no.
Oh.
She did a boring-ass movie that I saw that was half live footage with Frances McDormand, and it was about fucking, it was called, Vagabond or something like that. It's basically about, half, sort of documentary style about people that are, don't have a traditional home. Right. It was boring as fuck, and I love boring movies. I've been through this before. If you don't get me on that, I'm your target audience for that shit, but you dropped the ball. Yeah, so they said, you should direct a superhero movie.
Okay.
Well, that turned out
pretty rough.
Yeah.
Pretty rough.
Yeah.
Which one did she do?
She did The Eternals.
Oh, okay.
And that movie's a pile of crap.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Did you?
Yes, it's offensively bad.
It's offensive.
Why did you see that one?
Because I heard it was offensively bad.
Oh, so you wanted to go check out exactly how bad it was.
I like being surprised, because there are plenty of movies that I've turned around and said, you guys hate this?
Right.
I enjoyed this a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right? And plenty of things where you guys say this is awesome. I'm pissed. Right? And that's fine. I'd like to see that kind of stuff. Right? I don't want to just, constantly stick to the things that, I'm going to enjoy this, or I don't know, right? I expect to be challenged by these kind of things, and, when they say, a really artsy-fartsy director is going to take on a superhero movie, I'm like, okay, show me. This could be very interesting.
Yeah.
Right? You're tap dancing in a genre that's not traditional to you. You could come up with something really cool. She just sucked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it has worked a couple times here and there.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, man. Yeah, there's just. I don't think there's much patience for that anymore. So there's people that are getting really thin on patience for a lot of that bullshit anymore. So.
To some point. I mean, there's signs of it. There's also, nothing changes overnight. There's no... It's not quite Pokemon cards where, when it's dead, it's dead.
Well, yeah, because, a lot of the people got held, holding a lot of value. So then suddenly realize, holy shit, but I don't know, man. So, if you don't read the local news that much, do you?
I don't.
You see there's this whole fist fight going on at D11 right now. So
what's the issue?
It's all pronouns. So.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're going to make it so that teachers can't ask that. So that would have been a completely different discussion 3 years ago. So yeah. So
I can tell you what conference I would have been at where they said this is the new policy.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
And the gang of us that would have been saying, What?
What?
You're spitting in the face of science. How dare you? Fucking 200 monocles fall out at the same minute, make Klang come around.
Just get yeeted all at the same time.
The fucking wind is moving from all the pearl clutching happening at the same time. How dare you? But yeah, the fact that they're making it optional or however, you can't.
Yeah, no, it's... I don't know, man. I work in a little different place. They've never enforced that at all. So, and then just watching, even a couple of the school districts or even that school up on the hill kind of, backing off that shit. So it's just yeah, I think people are tired of that. So, and so there's a lot of that, I mean, it's the young kids who are particularly, the folks who are in my classes right now, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want you to talk about that. They don't want to talk about race. They don't want to talk about gender or patriarchy or anything. It's in the movies in particular, you go back and you look at your worst offenders, they're all our age, those fuckers. So they grew up with the same fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch that we did. And for some reason... You know, they decided to go and take my franchise that they should now have as much reverence for as I do, and like fuck it all up like crazy, just in the name of like artistic expression and inclusion. And it's like, okay, no, we're not buying your shit anymore. So no, I'm not going to go watch your 5th Indiana Jones. So where you can pass on the torch to a new generation for modern audiences.
Wasn't it supposed to be passed on to Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, that didn't work out because he turned out to be a piece of shit. So
They say in the new movie he died in Vietnam.
oh yeah,
Really?
That's convenient. Yeah. So you just remember, well, there's no rules around here.
Just say he died on the way back to his home planet.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah.
Is Christ, man. Well, yeah,
So
and
bad.
it's again, it is going to be one of the ways that you identify this era of movies.
I think
Right.
you've mentioned that in the past, and I wasn't fully on board with that, but I think you're right, because I think the current is not going to like turn into a major theme that goes on for the next 20 years. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be very distinctive. It's going to be like that. That period between like Jaws and E.T.
Yep.
All right. And right now we're in pre-Jaws. All right. So we're going to get a few more pre-Jaws movies. All right. That are going to be weird and have guys in them like, Orca. And so they're not quite going to pull it off. But the new thing is going to come out here pretty soon. And once that does, then yeah, you'll have a couple of these guys kick and scream a little bit and stuff. But then, in 5-10 years time, you look back on anything that is pushing any kind of message like this whatsoever, and it's going to be cringeworthy.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you just, especially when you take a look and say like, there's two versions. You're going to see like, all right, so a lot of shit was remade more than ever before.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's a fact, right? Yeah. They've been remaking things for a long time. We hit it hard. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the one where they say like, do you want to watch The Little Mermaid? And they say the black one or
yeah,
the cartoon
or the
yeah, I don't know if they'd say the black one or if they just say the live, because
they'd say the black one.
But no, because Disney's done it with every movie right now. There's a live or there's the
Little
cartoon.
Mermaid one. Yeah, I okay. So I'm gonna. They'll probably say that, but they might say the live action one. That's not going to be the case with Snow White, man.
What are they doing to Snow White?
Oh, she's played by a Colombian actress now, or something like that.
So they're going to say, do you want to watch Black Snow White? Look, it's not like we haven't gone through this before.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a movie out there called Oz. Okay, what is it? It's Black Wizard of Oz.
The show?
No. It's a movie, right? It was an all-black remake of Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
It's not for you. Did you see Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon?
No.
Okay, well, that's what I'm talking. It's not for you. It is a...
But the kids are going to see this.
Maybe.
Well, no, and keep in mind...
They're watching all the live stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
The kids are going to watch this.
They're gonna watch it.
And they're just going to call it Little Mermaid. Like, nobody said, hey, that's the black genie.
Yeah, people do.
No, they...
Yes.
There's a black
You
genie?
put it up against
Will Smith
Robin
was-
Williams.
Oh,
genie.
yeah, I didn't say it was a black genie. It was a Will Smith genie.
Yeah. You say who it is. You're not going to... Nobody cares as much as you're thinking.
Well, no, you're dead wrong. No, let me say, okay, so let me put it to you this way. When people talk about it, will they say, did you watch Ghostbusters? Or did you see Chick Ghostbusters?
Well,
The bad one.
Or
yeah,
the
it's
bad one?
Yeah, see, they're not saying the chick one. They're just saying it's the bad one.
I've heard a lot of people say it's Ghostbusters 2016. So, which
Right.
is just like, it's like a Pearl Harbor year.
Because you're not right. Because what you're trying not to say is the girl Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Right? Or you're just going to say, no, I watched the Ghostbusters.
But they'll definitely, with the Disney one, it'll be live versus cartoon. Because they're doing it with every single movie. So you have to do that for Lion King. You have to do it for every single
but
one.
it wasn't Black Lion King. It wasn't Black Aladdin. It was...
But you're already used to saying...
But The Little Mermaid
Did you see the live one, or did you see the cartoon?
I think people in our generation will probably say the Black Little Mermaid. I think the kids will just say the live one.
Well, you say just the cartoon.
Right, exactly. Or you say the cartoon one.
You're going to go either way with that.
When you move on from that and you say, what are the trends of that time period?
But this is exactly what the point of all this is.
It's going to be crappy
the kids aren't going to be saying the Black Little Mermaid. Will just say the live one or the cartoon one.
Right.
So that color is going to fade away, which is the whole concept of why they're doing this.
No, I think it'll actually flip. I think they actually will. Because, look, man, here's the bottom line. When you go into, we saw this in the 80s, when you have a powerful group that is basically repressive and saying, you cannot say this, right? Don't say this. What happens is you do have, basically, it's spring theory. You push down hard on it, it's going to pop.
Who was that? Who was doing that in the 80s?
The Christian right.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So take a look at any 80s sitcom, and they're all, in the same kind of vein. What happens? The culture pops, right? That's why Married with Children exploded. That's why Roseanne exploded. And these all hinged on essentially trying to be offensive against organized groups, right? Dude, there's witnesses. And so when you've been having a culture that has basically been pressing you down for 10 years, don't say this, don't say this, that's racist, that's sexist, that's this. You're going to have the next generation pop out and say their form of edgy humor is going to be, they told me I couldn't say this for 10 years.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah,
but
so that's why I'm saying they won't hesitate to say, oh, that was Little Black Mermaid.
These Disney movies won't, like, it. I don't think it's going to carry.
I don't think the kids ones will. I think the Marvel ones maybe. So
I don't think these Disney ones are going to carry through that at all, because I just saw the preview in 3D. It looked fine.
The Little Mermaid one?
Yeah. It looked fine.
Yeah.
Couldn't care less. It didn't faze me in the slightest.
Well, like the one complaint that I heard about it seriously, it was like really dark.
It looked like the water looks dark and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. They haven't shown her like the only previews I've ever seen is she's underwater.
Right.
So I have no idea how it'll look.
Who's playing Ursula? Do you know?
I know.
Who is it?
You want to guess? She's a fat white actress.
Melissa
McCarthy? Yeah.
Oh, you narrowed it down to like 3. So the one that's not on The View, got it.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
Man, look, and I get it. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, in terms of how they're going to react, there's going to be a reckoning, and it's going to be... that's cyclical. That's part of the repressed culture. You do that, you push people down, it will turn around in the other way.
Reckoning's my least favorite word.
I think if she does a good job, I don't think it's going to matter. Now, if it looks terrible, if it doesn't feel right, and all that stuff, then I think, But I think if she does a good job, then I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, so like... I
don't think people care as much about the cartoon characters as much, like, for...
Well, I think it depends on the job they do, because I know...
That was beloved,
but the Aladdin one doesn't hold up to the original.
Right, so that's why I think
and the same thing is true with the Lion King. That one just looks weird. So the Lion
Jungle Book is even worse.
Weird. I haven't seen that one.
I'm not going to watch any of the live ones. I haven't watched any of them. I have no intention of watching any of them, because I don't... Make up your own stuff. I don't need to see... Like,
wait! Did you just dovetail into, like, the point that I made?
No, I don't care about making up a new character. I'm just saying, make a different movie. Like, I'm not saying make up a new character for the same movie or whatever it is. Just make up
your own goddamn movie.
Yeah. We need new stuff. We definitely need new stuff.
Yeah, so I haven't watched any of the live ones, and I don't have any intention of watching any of the live ones. But because they're live off of the cartoons, I don't want it.
But that's the problem. This is where you say, all right, So we're not going to make our own property. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this property that people know, right? Because that's guaranteed box office, right?
I
You say,
get it.
Right. But you say, all right, but instead of respecting that, we're going to trample on it.
I don't think it's trampling. I just don't. I don't think it's trampling. Who cares? If the person can sing, it's more important person can sing for this role, I think, than... Like, the songs are the most important part of The Little Mermaid, and that she's singing these things.
I hate the songs.
But that's what it's known for. It'd
What,
be like...
the original Mermaid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Under the Sea. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's all about those songs. It's like Frozen. You gotta do those songs.
Let it go.
Yeah, that's it. Like that's it. Whatever else is going on in some of these movies,
Then why change it?
who cares?
That is a lot of things, but
If
not an
she
answer.
can
You
sing
know exactly
really
why
well,
they're doing it. They want to
Yes.
make money.
if she can
No.
sing
Yes.
really well, and if she can pull off those songs, fantastic. Who cares?
It's about the money.
It's not about the money.
Totally about the money.
It's not.
If I was in charge of Disney and I was sitting on a property that had been, remade in what is it, almost 30 years now. So fuck
Okay,
yeah,
no,
a new
no.
one.
Tell me how much money Lightyear made.
I don't know.
It was under by a ton.
What is
What part
Lightyear?
in Little Mermaid does being white have to do with anything?
Well, because it comes from a fable from Hans Christian Andersen,
Okay, who
who wrote
cares?
this about Europeans.
Whoop-de-doo, so it can change. Who cares that...
You just asked me. I told you.
But how does that change the story?
Because that character has an identity set on the principles of the time it was written in about that character.
Is this a respect the artist thing?
No, it's
completely useless to the story.
that's utterly ridiculous.
Did I know any part of what you just said there when I watched that movie?
You asked me. You're just saying that
For
those
you.
things don't matter.
It doesn't, because everybody else that's watched it has no idea what you just said about it.
I watched it.
Okay, so we're going to cater to the 1%?
I guess. What are you talking about? So what you're telling me here is
1% knows what you just said there.
that
Basically, 1% of the people that watch this movie know what you're talking about. The rest of them had no care. So that person being white has nothing to do with the story. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't make it more dramatic or
Then
anything else.
why change it?
To make money.
Then why? No, that's not about making money.
Yeah.
What if
It's not
she
about
was
making
the
money.
best
It's
person?
absolutely about making money.
No, it's not about making money.
Even if it doesn't make money. it's
If
still
you had an
money.
audition and she sang the songs the best, then that's why you chose it.
But they didn't even audition white people.
I don't know that.
I do, because they wanted to hire a black actress to do this, which means they didn't do this by meritocracy.
Well, that's what I would wish that they would have done then. Is
But that's
putting on everybody.
clearly not been done here.
Oh well.
Right? So this is what I'm saying to you, is if it doesn't matter, then why change it?
Well,
See what I'm saying? But for the people that said, okay, I do know this, I do like this character, I do like the mythology where it comes from, right? Then don't fuck with it. Patrick, I'm going to ask you.
well,
all right.
There's a
Hold
good
on.
reason.
Hold on, bro.
There's
Hold on.
actually a good reason.
Well, okay.
Because there's plenty of people of minority descent that say they don't have enough representation in the movies that get inspiration from.
Then
So if
make those movies.
well, if they want to do it this way, this is how they're choosing to do it.
Okay.
But that's their reason.
Okay, Patrick, I'm going to put this on you, and we can end this year.
And this year?
This year,
We can end with this
we got
year.
a long way to go.
We can end with this
what?
year.
We got to
Patrick.
go the rest of the year. We got to keep just debating this.
Oh, no, hold on. Okay, so,
Oh,
no.
please God, no.
No, I'm just going to put this to you, okay, when it comes to respecting the Lord. How did the new rings show?
terrible.
Okay. Are there certain things within the lore that basically say the people from here are like this, the people from here are like this, like this, like
Yeah,
this?
that's true.
Does that matter?
It matters to me, so I'm not going to say that it matters to all the fans, but it matters
Doesn't matter
to
to
me.
all the fans, no.
Yeah, so
No.
that's why I refuse to watch those. I made it one episode in. So yeah.
But within Tolkien, is it important for that they actually respect the lore?
It is for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's what I'm saying, Will, is if the change can only alienate people, right?
How does it only alienate people?
because you are making a property based off of their existing fan base.
But there's some people there that'll be inspired by it.
Then make your own goddamn thing.
But you said the only thing it's doing is alienating people. But no, there are some people that are inspired by it.
Right. But like you said, if you're going to make a property, and what you're saying here is that it doesn't, you're saying that white is not an identity. That's horse shit.
I'm saying the white was an identity for this character. It had nothing to do with anything.
By merit of being white, it's an identity.
I don't really think
Fuck
so.
off. No, not you. Not you. I'm saying not to you. No. Fuck off with that, because that would be to say that if you had a black character, they would have to act black in order for that to be their identity. They would have to showcase qualities of a unique quote-unquote black experience to be black. That's ridiculous. The same thing goes for being white, okay? Because you don't have to put in your black characters and they have to be fucking jive and goddamn sassy, right? They do that a lot. It's lazy. It's really, stupid. But that would be to say that you have to exhibit those qualities in order to make them black. That's ridiculous. By merit of being white, okay, that is part of the white experience. But you don't have to act white.
I will use my credit card.
Exactly. Just because Ariel didn't say, like, what cheese is on sale this week, doesn't mean she's not white. But being white is part of her experience. You cannot erase that without consequence.
Experience, because it had no race in the show at all. Though everybody was white, so it wasn't an interaction of white versus black.
One of them was octopus.
Yeah.
But I mean, it had no interaction.
Sebastian the Crab was clearly.
So you didn't have any of that. So it was just people being people. It wouldn't have mattered what color. You could have made her blue. It wouldn't have mattered.
That would have mattered.
I don't think they were thinking about it like that. I think
no, they didn't have to.
No, I think with Sebastian in particular, he's just like, oh, it'd be really cool to have an accent like this in this, Not even like, oh, well, we need to make sure that we check this box and have someone who can be identified as black.
That's what I'm saying. Is at that point, no, nobody cared.
Yeah, I think we're going back to that, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but I mean, like, literally, I don't think it if you introduce a movie like that to a whole new generation, that was 30 years ago,
Totally understand.
It's totally fine to cut a new one and do whatever you want to.
And how old is Rings?
It's ages old, so,
You still want to respect the lore, don't you?
I want them to, but I'm not going to demand it out of them. So, it's not my fucking book. So, but I don't have to watch the shit if you actually do that. And so I choose not to.
Totally understand. Yeah. But just you can't erase people, right, and say that just doesn't count. If it's part of a black identity to put it in, then it's taking the white identity out. You don't have to be
I haven't seen the movie. I won't see the movie, not because of this, but I won't see it, so I don't know if she's going to act like normal Ariel and that nothing is going to change. And if nothing changes, then
why change it?
Why not? Who cares? It's just a person playing a person. Like in the movie, it had no aspect of whether she was white, black, any color. There was no interaction. There was no racial interaction. There was none of that stuff.
Is there a specific reason why they've actually been doing them as live actions rather than animated features?
They make money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah. They make money. Yeah. Look, there's only one type of animated film that makes money right now anyway.
What's that, CGI?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Pixar stuff.
Yeah. Traditional animation just doesn't work here.
Right, yeah.
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 It is what it is, right? But yeah, that's the
I don't care. It doesn't
clearly
faze
no,
me
but
in the
that's
slightest, so.
But yeah, as a person that actually enjoyed something or whatever, if you're going to draw from a existing property, right? Pay it respect. You are not bigger than the work that you are taking this from.
If you do a good job and you make the role look good, I couldn't care less what you are.
Then rip it off and make something different.
I don't care. If I'm entertained, that's what this whole thing is about, is entertaining people. And so if you do a great job and it's exactly what that character is supposed to act, do, and whatever it is, then you nailed it. Kang's black. He was fantastic. I couldn't care less what color he is.
He sucked at Loki and was stupid.
I thought it was fine.
And it's not because he's black, it's just the character was dumb. And on top of that, you said, like, oh, okay, then his previous identity didn't matter. We can change that on a whim. Why?
Who cares? Just choose
What did you just
people.
ask? I do.
Because you're getting outraged over stuff. If they
No, man. Okay.
great,
Yeah,
then
okay. All right. Here.
fine.
Last one. Last thing. I promise. I swear. I promise. I swear. You tell me if this matters to you. Okay. So technically, okay, within the accepted lore now, Luke Skywalker's now a homosexual. Didn't happen anywhere in the movies. Wasn't suggested. Everything else was fine. And in the extended canon, before they wiped it out, he was not.
I think
But
he
now
was-
it is.
Yeah, he was straight.
Yeah, he was married to Mara Jade
What?
in the extended universe afterwards, before they wiped it out.
You talking about the Timothy Zahn books?
Yeah.
Those don't fucking count.
Yeah, they do.
No, they
did.
don't.
They don't now. They don't now. After the Disney purchase, they said all of that.
Well, even before that, it's a myth that George Lucas actually said that these are 9, 10, and 11 or whatever. So
No, he didn't say they were 9, 10, and 11,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he did bless them as canon.
No, but he gets a kiss out of his sister and he enjoys it without knowing it's his sister.
Correct.
So he's like clearly straight.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So, now that being said, retroactively, they have now said that this character is homosexual.
When did they do that?
About 3 days ago.
See, that
What's
doesn't
he
do
doing?
anything.
Yeah.
Though. There's no point. Like, it's not part of the show. They didn't do anything in the plot, so I don't know why you would.
Bingo. So, if it's not part of the show, why change it?
Well, yeah, they're just trying to appeal to a different
No, they're
audience.
just
Change
trying
it, put
to-
their own
yeah.
stamp on it and shit. And they're driving people like me away because, quite honestly, I don't think that actually, is necessary. And, so cool. What series did that happen in?
It was updated on the official Star Wars site,
Yeah, see, fucking
Wikipedia.
Star Wars is fucking dead for me, man. So
Yeah, I
I'm done
understand.
with it.
Totally understand. No, that's fine.
Yeah,
but yeah,
if they're gonna do shit like that, then fuck it. So I'll go find something else to watch.
There you
So, yeah.
I don't have an issue with swapping people out for whatever it is. For now if it's historical thing like Abraham Lincoln and then making him black, then yeah, I'd have an issue because that's history.
There's actually a really good
do that
theory
in
he
history,
was quite-
too.
There was actually a really good theory that he was gay. So
I've heard that.
it's actually pretty good. So yeah.
Look, and they do that too.
If it plays a certain part, like if the character was white and they had clashes with another race and that's part of the dynamic, then you gotta keep true to it. But if you're just ho-hum whatever and it never played into a factor of anything before, who cares? Swap away. I don't care. If they're good enough to do the job right, fantastic.
I get it.
Okay.
But that means you have to try out.
I agree that
People
they
of
should.
all parts.
I agree that 100%. I agree that's what should have been done.
That's fine. Yes.
I have no issue with that. I agree that you should have brought everyone in and anyone because the color of the skin didn't matter for Little Mermaid. It had no impact in the show.
Then you don't need to change it.
All right, we've made the same point
I agree.
a piece
I know.
like 6 times a piece.
I know,
So
I know,
I think
I
we're
know,
good.
I know. I think we made it
This is
before.
called an
No, it's fine.
impasse.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's totally okay.
Well, I'm Will.
I'm Pat.
I'm Jeffrey, and I'm furious.
You gonna smash your keys?
The garage is that way.
But I'm still finding them from like 10 years ago.
Well, you did have quite a few of them, man. So yeah.
Ellicott School District didn't get that one back.
Nope. You might have a Huntley key in there too. All right.
All right.